What up, what up, what up? It's your man Dray Days, Sportsway with Dray Day Podcast, the Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's very own. Congratulations are in order for the Las Vegas Aces on winning the WNBA championship, going back to back. Congratulations are in order to the Aces on achieving that monumental milestone. There's only been 3 teams in the history of the WNBA that have been able to go back to back. That would be the Houston Comets when they won their 4 straight out the gate. Then you had the Los Angeles Sparks with Lisa Leslie, Delisha Milton. I'm trying to think of somebody else that was on that team. I think her name was Dixon. When they went back to back, I believe it was 01 and 02, if I'm not mistaken. And now we got the Las Vegas Aces. So they're the only 3 franchises in the history of the WNBA to go back-to-back championships. Now, the Minnesota Lynx have 4 championships, but they're kind of like the Spurs of the NBA. The Spurs got 5 championships, but they've never won back-to-back, but it's still considered a dynasty. The Minnesota Lynx, they're also a dynasty. However, they never was able to go back-to-back years, even though they won 4 championships. And I believe the Seattle Storm is the same way. I think they have 4 championships as well, but they was never able to have the distinction of saying that they was able to go back-to-back. But the Aces, the Comets, and the Sparks are the only 3 teams to say that they can do that they've done that. So congratulations again to the Las Vegas Aces. Very well deserving. Listen, from the video that I did a few weeks ago, emotionally, I wanted the Liberty to win because I'm from New York. But in my mind, something told me that the Aces will pull this off because at the end of the day, they are the ones that were battle tested. Now, I did not expect that Chelsea Gray would get hurt in Game 3. I did not expect Kia Stokes to get hurt in Game 3. Now, me personally, watching Game 4, I was really rooting hard for a Game 5. Really in my heart, rooting for a Game 5. Because prior to Game 4, there were rumblings that Candace Parker might play. But me personally, I think that was more so of some gamesmanship shit that Becky Hammon and the Aces was doing, to the Liberty, to keep them confused or figuring out what type of game plan they will go through for the game. It's called gamesmanship, people. If y'all don't know what that is, you know what I'm saying? You've never played ball before, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm sure we all can remember, coming up, and then you had a star player on the team, and you're hearing rumblings that the person may come to the game, the person may not come to the game, so now the other team is on their toes like, yo, is this person coming or is this person not coming? If you know the vibes, you know the vibes. If you don't, then to hell with you. But I honestly think that's kind of what it was. I kind of think the Aces was doing some gamesmanship shit with the Liberty. But with Chelsea Gray being hurt, which was very painful to watch, to say the least, because I remember watching Game 3 and I watched how she went down. And my initial reaction was, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. And then to see her hobble off the court and run straight to the locker room, I already knew it wasn't good. But then what made it worse was you had a camera like watching her struggle to get up off the floor. It took 2 trainers to pick her up and carry her to the Aces locker room. That's when I knew, yeah, she might be done for the rest of this series. And the same thing could be said for Kia Stokes, because I've seen videos with both of them in walking boots. Now, usually when you see a player in walking boots, it's going to take a while for them to take that boot off. So definitely going into Game 4, I was like, okay, we might be on the verge of a game 5 here. So, of course, the emotional part of me, the New York part of me, wanted the Liberty to win game 4. And they had their chance. They had their chance. They had their foot on the Aces' necks in that second half. Towards the end of the third quarter, they took their foot off their necks and they got too cute. And then once that fourth quarter started, the Aces basically showed them what time it was. They basically let them know, we're the ones that's battle tested. We're the defending champs. We're going to show y'all how it's done. And A'ja Wilson, she showed why she was in the MVP conversation all year. She said, okay, I might have not won the regular season MVP, but I'm going to show y'all what it is and why I'm going to get this finals MVP. And she did that. She put the team on her back in that fourth quarter because Kelsey Plum wasn't that much existent in the game. Jackie Young had an injury in the first quarter, and I actually thought that injury might have rendered her just a little bit. Now, yes, I believe she had about 15, 16 points, but she could have had more had it not been for that injury. I'm quite sure that injury played a role in her playing ability to a degree. But I will say this, though. I have to give the Aces their props to their role players. Kayla George came out there and produced the best possible way she can. This is somebody who doesn't even play as much. Let's keep it tall. She's always on the bench. She's always riding the pine. But when they needed her to step up, she stepped up. Now, every time she got that ball, the majority of the time she shot it, she was behind that three-point line, just licking up threes. A couple went in, a couple didn't. I think she had about over 11 points, if I'm not mistaken. Sydney Colson, she did her thing. Now, she only had 2 points, but her defense really played a role in helping the Aces win. She made things very uncomfortable for Vandersloot. She made things very uncomfortable for Sabrina Ionescu. She made things very uncomfortable for Stewie when she defended her. And I'm going to get on Stewie in a few. But listen, the role players stepped up. I believe only 8 players suited up for the Aces, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was only 8 players that suited up. And A'ja Wilson said, listen, we're going to finish this tonight. There is no game 5. We're not going back home to host a game. If we going back home, it's to get ready for a parade. And that's what they are embarking on right now. So once again, congratulations to the Las Vegas Aces on winning back-to-back world championships. Now, as far as the Liberty go, yes, they didn't win. And they lost in a gentleman's sweep. Now, pardon me, if they was going to lose this series, I was hoping it wouldn't have been at home. Because you want to defend home court. You do not want to lose in your house. But unfortunately, that was the case. But they should not be ashamed of themselves. By any stretch of the imagination, should they be ashamed of themselves. They were the second best team all season long. Now, yes, they won the Commissioner Cup. Yes. But obviously, the ultimate goal is to win the WNBA championship. Obviously, they came across a team that was, when the bumper meted the road in crunch situations, the Aces just executed better than the Liberty. It's that simple. Now, as much as I like to give these players their props when they play well, I got to get on them when they don't play well. And Breanna Stewart, Stewie, I don't know what happened to you in this series. I honestly do not know what happened with you in this series. You was, from what we are familiar with seeing you, of how we see you, you was non-existent in this game. Well, in this series. Now, yeah, you did your thing as far as crashing boards and getting blocks. But when it came to scoring, you was a non-factor. You was shooting horrible for the field. I'm just talking about the closeout game. I don't care about game 1, because game 1 and game 2 was a wipeout, okay? That was a disappointment in itself. Game 3, you kind of did okay, but the closeout game, where they needed you, the MVP of the season, when they needed you to step up and force a Game 5 in Vegas, you wasn't there. Sabrina Ionescu, she had her moments here and there, but for the most part, she was inconsistent. Courtney Vandersloot did well. Laney did well in the first half, because after the first half, she was a non-factor. I don't know what happened with her at halftime, because when she came back out, she was a whole different person as far as not contributing the way the Liberty needed her to contribute. If I had to pinpoint 3 possessions on why the Liberty lost this game, I'm going to give you the 3 possessions right now. There was a 3-pointer that Stewie had. Probably the best shot she had the whole game. Wide open 3. She didn't make it. And it was crunch time. I want to say it was a little either over a minute, or I think it was a little over a minute left. She had a 3-pointer in her possession, and she didn't make the basket. We then get to Sabrina Ionescu. Now, do y'all remember that 2016 NBA Finals in Game 7 where Steph Curry tried to throw an ill-advised pass behind his back and turned the ball over? What it did was it gave the Cleveland Cavaliers momentum. It gave them a spark, which then transpired to them, obviously, winning the championship. The same thing could be said with this possession from Sabrina Ionescu. She threw an ill-advised pass to the wing, and it went out of bounds. What it did was it gave even more momentum to the Aces, who was mounting the comeback at that time. And then we get to the last possession, when it was 70-69, the last possession of the game, when the Liberty season was literally on the line in that possession. You had Stewie get a pass right there on the wing. The defense collapses. She throws it to Laney. Now, me personally, Laney was supposed to take that shot, but she hesitated instead of just pulling up. When she hesitated, that forced the defense to collapse to her, and then she threw it in the corner to Vandersloot, and then Vandersloot just had to throw something up. And it wasn't a good-looking shot. And by the time they got the ball, by the time Jonquel Jones got the ball, the clock had run out and the game was over. Speaking of Jonquel Jones, she had a horrible game. Horrible game. Now, again, this is a former league MVP. This is also a former player on the Connecticut Sun who chose to leave them to come to New York. Now, yes, Game 3, she showed the fuck out in Game 3. The same performance you had in Game 3, they needed you for Game 4, especially when Stewie wasn't up to par. And she was a non-factor in this game, especially on offense. On defense, yes, she did her thing. A lot of blocks, a couple of blocks. She had amazing blocks on Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plum. But when it came time to scoring, she was a non-factor. A non-factor. So those 3 possessions, I can honestly say, was the reasons on why the Liberty lost this game. But again, they got nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of. If both of these teams can stay constructed the way that they are, and they don't lose no pieces, I can definitely see this rivalry in the making when it comes to WNBA finals. I seriously do. We already have 2 super teams. Now, Kelsey Plum said, super teams, what she said, I'm trying to paraphrase. She basically said that, it take years to build a super team, not months. That's basically what she said. Now, yes, the Liberties was built in months. The Aces was built in years, because remember, all of these players came under the Aces, except for not Chelsea Gray, who was with I think she was with the Sparks at the time. And then wound up going to the Aces. But as far as Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum, those three, they were drafted by the Las Vegas Aces. So they did it through the draft. They didn't do it through free agency. But again, the Liberty have nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of. They had a great season, an amazing season. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way they planned it. But you know the cliche saying, it's always next year. It's always next year. And I truly believe that if this team can stay very well constructed, we can definitely see them again in the WNBA Finals next year. Best believe. Best believe. Now, when I tell you, because again, the crowd was rocking in Barclays. I can only imagine how it was in the building, watching it live. I can only imagine what it was in the building, okay? And I must say I am very proud of this Liberty team. I'm proud of the Aces. And listen, Asia Wilson is making a name for herself. You know, her resume is off the charts, and she's only been in the league since 2018. You got 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 6 years. She's been in the league for 6 years. 6 years. She's been in the league. And I'm going to just go over her resume for you. I'm going to just go over the resume. She has 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 2 MVPs, 2 WNBA Finals, Rookie of the Year, Commissioner's Cup Championship, 2-time FIBA gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist, and now 2023 Finals MVP. Her career is already legendary. Already legendary. There have only been 3 players that have had season MVP, Finals MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year. And those 3 players are Asia Wilson, Candace Parker, Lauren Jackson. That is elite class that Asia Wilson is in. Because Lauren Jackson is a Hall of Famer. You know, when we think of great players in the WNBA, for some reason or another, her name is always left out for whatever the reason may be. But the real ones know Lauren Jackson was no joke. She was no joke. No joke whatsoever. Check the game tapes. The channel going on YouTube, so, you know. Go check her out. But, yes. Elite class that Asia Wilson is in. Elite class. And her career is just going up. It's just going up. Now, I remember Becky Hammond said in a post-game interview that it's time for Asia Wilson to have her signature shoe. If she doesn't have one, she better get one now. It's time that she gets one. She just won MVP, Finals MVP. And I love me some Sabrina. I love me some Sabrina Ionescu. I truly do. But she ain't done much yet in this league for her to have her own shoe, and then Asia Wilson doesn't. Now, my bro Ray said that she does have one. I don't recall. But if she does, kudos to her. And I guess me and Becky Hammond is just lost in the sauce. But yes, congratulations to Asia Wilson. Congratulations to Chelsea Gray. Get well soon. 3-time world champion. Congrats to Jackie Young. Congrats to Kelsey Plum. Congrats to Coach Becky Hammond in 2 straight finals. Your first 2 years in the league. You won back-to-back WNBA championships. And I want to give props to Coach Pop because last night, the Spurs won a preseason game. And when he sat on the podium and was about to give an interview, the only thing he talked about was Becky Hammon. All he talked about was her and the Aces. He basically wanted to get out the interview so he can go celebrate what Becky Hammon just did. Major props to Coach Pop. That's why he's my GOAT. That's why he's my GOAT. But speaking of GOATs, did y'all not think that I was not going to give flowers to my girl Candace Parker? Did y'all think I was going to forget about her? Now, yes, she did not play in the postseason. I think she only played 18 to 20 games this year. Had a foot surgery and was basically sidelined for the rest of the season, obviously. She's still a 3-time champion now. She's still a 3-time champ. Say what you want. She is a 3-time champion. Now, yes, no, she did not play. But that did not stop her from being a leader on that bench when the team needed her the most. She couldn't play. So she found another way to play an intricate part to this team. And that was being a mentor to everyone else on the sidelines. There was times that she sat behind the bench to give her wisdom. And then there was times that she sat on the bench to give her wisdom. Hell, there was times she sat on the court and the team was circled around her and she was the coach. Yes, Becky Hammon has done that a few times this season where she allowed the players to coach. I've seen videos of either Candace doing it or Chelsea Gray doing it. So yes, she didn't play, but she's still a 3-time champion. Don't get it fucked up because she played a role in the start of the season. She's still a 3-time champion. And with that being said, she is the first player in the history of the WNBA to win 3 championships with 3 different franchises. But see, her three championships is not like, you know, these other motherfuckers that be going from team to team to be winning championships and just say that they got them. No. 2 out of her 3 championships, she played a big, if not huge role for them to win that championship. When she won in 2016, her, Nneka Onwumike, Chelsea Gray, Elena Beard, Christy Tolliver, they all played a big role in them winning that championship against the Minnesota Lynx. In 2021, her, Kalia Copper, Big Mama Steph, Courtney Vandersloot, Ali Quigley, they all played a big part in them winning that championship. She played a big role this time, just in a different light. She just didn't play on the basketball court. But nonetheless, she is a 3-time world champion now. Eat your heart out, haters. Because I'm seeing the comments and they like, oh, Candace was piggybacking off of a ring. No. Stop with the cap. She got hurt. See, it's different when you hurt and you're not able to contribute the way that we're familiar with. There's some motherfuckers that be riding the pines, sitting at the end of the bench, and don't contribute to shit, but then got the nerve to get on social media and brag like they did something. Stop it. That wasn't my girl Candace, so stop with the hate. Oh, man. But again, congratulations to the Las Vegas Aces. Congratulations are in order to the Las Vegas Aces. Listen, my man Brady just keep winning. For those of y'all that don't know, he has a stake in ownership of the Las Vegas Aces. So my man Brady went from playing in the NFL, winning 7 championships, fully retired, and in his first season with the Aces, he gets another championship under his belt. But this time, not as a player, but in the front office. Now, I enjoyed this NBA Finals. I truly did. I enjoyed watching the halftime show for Game 3 where Little Kim performed. I like how the Liberty's mascot basically dressed it up like Little Kim and even did the dance moves like Little Kim. I enjoyed that. Me personally, I honestly think that I think the mascot's name is Ellie. I think the Liberty's mascot name is Ellie. She's by far the best mascot in all sports. I'm sorry. Not just WNBA, I'm talking about period. She is the best mascot in all of sports. Don't at me. Argue with your mother. But if it was one hiccup I had about the halftime performance, it wasn't with Little Kim. It was with Dipset. Minus Cam. A friend of mine sent me a video. And Jewels and Jim Jones performed at halftime. And the first thing I said to myself was, these motherfuckers didn't learn from their verses, huh? Niggas is still lip syncing. Joel Santana looked all kind of pudged up in his jersey that he was wearing. It looked like he was having a hard time getting his ear plugs in his ear. They were struggling out there. Him and Jim Jones. They both was very much struggling out there trying to perform. And of course, you got Freaky Zeke out there as the hype man. But I'm like, yo, y'all didn't learn nothing from that ass whooping the Locks gave y'all in the verses. Y'all didn't learn nothing about preparation. Y'all didn't learn nothing about performance. Y'all ain't learn nothing from that. Just crazy. Just crazy. But again, listen, I am very much proud of the WNBA. I am enjoying what I have been seeing, and it's only going to go up from here. It's only going to go up. Like, the numbers have not even come in yet for Game 4. But I do know this. Every game, the numbers as far as viewers go, it went up. So whatever the numbers was for Game 1, it went up Game 2. Whatever the numbers was for Game 2, it went up Game 3. Whatever the numbers was for Game 3, it went up. For Game 4, I'm for sure. So I'm very much proud of these women, and I'm very much looking forward to what's going to happen in the future. Because I'm telling you, it's going up from here. It's going up from here. And if this upcoming draft class, which is 2024, which is next year, if this draft class next year is what it's supposed to be, if all of these girls decide, you know what, I'm not going to take the extra year of eligibility because I can stay an extra year because of COVID. They're giving them an extra year. If all of these girls say, you know what, I'm coming to the W, oh my God, man. Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, Angel Reese, Elizabeth Cantley from Virginia Tech, Amore from Virginia Tech, Haley, who's now at LSU, Morrow, who's at LSU. I believe she's a senior. Just look at those names I just mentioned. And you telling me the future is not bright for the WNBA? Come on, man. Come on. Stop the bullshit. So for all y'all haters out there that always got something smart to say about the WNBA, always only 65 people in the audience and yada, 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 and the majority of you niggas will play these women in a one-on-one and they will dog walk you. So stop talking shit. Just stop. If you ain't got nothing nice to say about the product, just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. Because I've been saying this for years. I've been trying to get people on board to watch the WNBA. Now, some have taken my advice and was like, yo, Dray, you was right, man. You was right. And of course, you're still going to have those haters. Well, keep on hating. Because the league is only going to go up from here. Trust and believe. It is only going to go up from here. So once again, congratulations to the Las Vegas Aces on winning their second championship, going back to back. Congratulations to the New York Liberty for an amazing season. Nothing to be ashamed of at all. Nothing. It's okay to be sad that you didn't win the championship. I'm quite sure a couple of them girls went in that locker room and cried their eyes out. Let it fuel you for motivation for next year. Because again, I'm going to say it again. If both of these teams is still constructed the way it is and nobody leaves, we could definitely see this again next year. For sure, for sure. So congratulations to the Aces on winning back-to-back championships. Congratulations to the Liberty for having an amazing season. Congratulations to the WNBA, period. An amazing season across the board. Aaliyah Boston winning Rookie of the Year. I believe we had Stewie, Alyssa Thomas, Asia Wilson. Who else? I'm trying to think. LaFessa Collier. I'm trying to think, man. Who else made the All-NBA team, the All-NBA first team? Now I gotta look it up, man. I was trying not to look it up. I was really trying not to look it up. But now I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me for a minute. Satu Sabali. She made the All-NBA first team. And she won Most Improved Player. So shout out to her. And then the second team, Nneka, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Joel Lloyd, Sabrina Ionescu. Listen, the future is bright for the W. It is bright for the W, and I cannot be more proud as a devoted fan of the WNBA since its existence, which was 1997. I cannot be more proud. It's only going to go up from here. Give it up for the ladies. So, once again, this is your man Dray, Sportsway with Dray podcast, the Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's very own. Listen, every episode that I do, which is I'm talking about the audio episode, I'm going to take a segment from each episode and I'm going to do a video and put it on my YouTube channel. So obviously this segment that I'm doing is actually on the audio part, but I want to do a video as well. So listen, for all of y'all that support the audio, support the video, support the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Sportswear with Dray podcast is the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hell, even hit the ring button. So then that way, once I drop an episode, you get the alert. So once again, thank y'all for y'all continued support. Keep it going. Keep it flowing. Catch y'all on the flip side. God bless. Peace and love. Your boy is out of here. Peace.